Like if you're in silence and like this, then it just fizzles out. If you're getting angry in your voluntary work, you kind of destroy the good karma because you regret of being in that group. How many of you who are doing voluntary work have never regretted of being in that group? Nobody. Me also. What am I doing here? Like, you know, like this. We don't understand. We don't understand the long-term results. We're looking for success. But it's not about success, it's about doing it. Success will come according to karma. You know, if the karma is ripe, success will come. You know, especially with Dharma groups at the moment. I'm actually surprised that there's so many people. Because it looks as if, for me, most of the people at the moment, and they need it. They want to have fun, do easy things, light things, you know, things that are pleasure. And they need to rediscover, because we haven't had it for so long, so we forgot that pleasure is not happiness. So we need to rediscover that pleasure is not happiness. So let them have pleasure at the moment. And then until they rediscover, oh, that's not happiness, and then they might come back, I don't know. For the moment, if you want to have a lot of people, you really need big names, like Rinpoches, and then people come, not new people, people come from far away, and this is why it looks as if it's a big group, because it's a big Rinpoche. How many were there in Lisbon, I think you were, yeah?
It was 140, but because it has a pre-request. Otherwise it will be hundreds, more than hundreds.
Yeah, you know, Turkinima is at the moment in Austria. It's like 200 people present, plus I don't know how many on Zoom. So like this, so for, you know, so for those people who are working in Dharma groups, it's okay, don't get discouraged. We have to sit it out for a few years and then see if things like this are still needed or not. I mean, things like me are needed maybe to attract new people, because, you know, but I don't know, we'll see. If not, then if it's not needed, not needed, and then there's Zoom and the big names, and that's it. So, can be flexible, can adjust. But don't get discouraged. You know, success is not when many people come. Success is when, don't know. When many people attain enlightenment as quickly as possible, that's the only success that we can have. Hey, so like that. And we don't have to, you know, as a Dharma group, we don't have to, new people. If they don't have the karma to listen to Dharma, then they will not listen. So this is why the gratitude for yourself to having made the effort to come here and to listen and wanting to do something. This is amazing. It's very rare, especially these days. Yeah. So I would say doing either prostrations to the 35 Buddhas, which is a great purification practice. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one session we might include that. I'm not sure. We'll see. I see Tommy looking, oh, it's not on the program. No, it's not on the program, but maybe we can include it. I don't know. Or this Vajrasattva, you know, just sitting there with the visualization as much as possible and the mantra. That's safe. Because why is it safe? Also because you visualize the Buddha, which is a reflection of your own potential. On top of it, you think that this Buddha on my crown is my guru who is guiding me. Wow, this is so powerful. This is so powerful because I don't connect to the Buddhas the same way I connect to the Guru. When I talk about Guru, which is Kirti Tsentrab Rinpoche, wow, my heart opens, I'm inspired, I'm full of joy, even though he's not alive anymore. If I look at the Buddha, it's pretty neutral. Even if it's Tara, which I really like to do the practice. But after doing the practice, then I feel the effect. But when I look at the picture, yeah, I looked at the Buddha, and yeah, I looked at the Buddha, I offered the kata, yeah, I offered the kata. If the Dalai Lama would have been sitting here, I would have offered the kata in a different way, I tell you. With much more joy and enthusiasm and all this. This is why we need gurus in ordinary form. Because otherwise we don't connect. And then it's again very, very individual. So we talked about was Mingyu Rinpoche, where Kaya was. I talked about Turkinima Rinpoche is in Austria. Lama Zopa, you know, was a very big part of the FPMT. Some people then they go, oh, he's such a great guru. Then they look and then they don't understand the word and they last hours and hours, not so much anymore. And then they say, what? I can't relate to him. Yeah, then you cannot relate to him. It's no point faking a relationship with the guru. It's very, very personal. This is why we all have to become Buddhas, because we have different, people have different attitudes and different connections. Because we could say, well, there's enough Buddhas already. Why do I have to do all this work? Why is liberation not enough? Because not enough. Okay. So the power of the action is an action, which in this case is saying the mantra with faith, with trust, with concentration. In this case. But you decide what your action is. Because when we have negative karma, it's like having a debt towards others. So we have to repay that in some kind. So doing voluntary work, like good actions and all this, it's very good. But check your attitude when you do this. And see it as an opportunity to purify negative karma. Don't see it as wow, I'm such a good person. And then the fourth of these opponent powers is the power of determination. You make a strong determination, I will stop doing these actions. That's very tricky because habits, tendencies are very strong. But you make the determination, even though you already know I will break it. And the more you make the determination, you see, mental factors are like muscles. The more you train to be determined, the longer the period will be between doing two negative actions, or the weaker the pull towards doing it. It really works. And all of a sudden it's gone. And you don't know how. And sometimes it's other people who tell you, why are you not getting angry anymore? Sometimes we don't even notice ourselves. It's like with the pain. If you have a chronic pain and then one day the pain is not there, you don't even notice it, isn't it? Because you got used to it. We got so used to our negative emotions that we think that it's normal, it's natural. They're not. They're not. So you make a determination. You can time the determination, not for a minute, a second, a minute, whatever, 10 minutes, a day. And so then I think it's really good timed to work with the determination with things that are very strong. To say, okay, at least the next 1 hour, I'm not going to do this, whatever. Whatever habit, tendency you want to change, don't do it for the rest of my life. You will not succeed. And sometimes we make a determination, and even after 10 minutes we go and smoke the cigarette or eat the ice cream or the chocolate or whatever. Then again, you think, it's not really what I want. Okay, next 10 minutes. Something like that. Something you become your own therapist. You're not giving yourself too big tasks, but also not too little ones, because otherwise how can you make progress? Okay, I think I said just about everything. As I said, in the afternoon we do at 3 o'clock we do the sadhana, so you know how it is. The sadhana also, whoever is interested, because it's a sadhana who doesn't need the initiation, okay? None at all. So if you want to have it, we can put it on the website, actually. And if you want to have it, you want to do it at home, it's fine. I don't think the Buddhas would come and say, oh, no, they're not allowed to do this because they don't know what bodhicitta is or whatever. If you have recognizing we've done negative things, some trust that you can purify it, the action of saying the mantra, visualization, and the determination, I think is good enough for the Buddhas. Yeah. We can be very strict about, higher practices and all this, that's fine. But this one is, and this is why I chose this sadhana, because it's by Lama Yeshe, and so it's just from generation. It's not self-generation. So it's fine. Do you have questions? We have 10 more minutes, otherwise then we go into the break. Wow. Concerns, complaints. Maybe that comes, maybe that's better. Or is it all clear? Because if it's clear, we go into the break and we have a longer break. It's fine. If you do have questions, you can then think about them and ask before we do the sadhana or after we've done the sadhana. But if you don't, again, you know, these purification things, you do it and then you find out. Also with this whole thing about Tantra, I mean, I could have given a talk, what is Tantra, but I like, wow, it's so complex. So you have to be, when you start with Buddhism, you have to be very, very humble. Because you get bits and pieces here and there, and then you try to put them together and it doesn't make a clear picture. It takes a long time. It takes many talks and lots of practice, many discussions with others. Continual practice in a group, and this is why I think the groups are still important, so that you can go personally to the group once a week, for example, and share and do things together, you know, or once a month, or you have to make time if you want to make progress on the spiritual path. And in order to make time, you have to throw something out. You cannot, you're so full already, most of you. I know some are not, but most of you. So you cannot put something more on top. Or put something more on top and then find out that, actually this is more beneficial, then maybe it's easier to get rid of something. Sleep, for example. You might have to get up earlier in the morning to do your meditation. For me, the meditation in the morning is most beneficial. In the evening, I'm useless. Yeah. So you find out. Some people in the evening is better. Thing about these groups during the week, they're all in the evening. So it's like, there is no perfect thing in samsara, so stop looking for it. Get out of samsara and then you'll find perfection. Oh, what a nice word. What a nice thing to finish. Exactly. Okay, so we go into the break. And then we continue for those who want. At 1:30, we do Zoom, yeah? Because some other people might join us. If you haven't heard, there is this Israeli monk who was just in front, just before his PhD exam kind of thing, Geshe degree, and he had 2 strokes, came back to Israel, and then afterwards he had a hemorrhage in his brain. So I was asked if we could do some practices, religious, Buddhist practices, meaning supplications to the Buddhas, mantras, visualization, and the recitation of Heart Sutra, and we asked Chadu Rinpoche what to do. And so we're doing this, we did it every day, almost for, 8-9 months, I think. Whoever could come, it was only on Zoom, so whoever could come was doing it, and his mom is really, really grateful. And she feels that it helps. Of course he's not whoop, getting up and all this, but she feels not alone. She feels that people care for her, taking time to do these practices. So I said, well, why not? Because the group was getting, as all the groups, smaller. Now we're down to 4 or 5, actually, except for Friday when Ariella is joining, because it's also a matter of work, right? It's like 1:30. So I said, so while we're here, so we do it on Zoom, so we have one camera going this way, maybe, and one, if it's okay for you. If you don't want to be in the camera, then go to this. I'm here. Because here I have my computer and they only see me, and because I understand if you have your mom or dad seeing that you're doing they go like, what are you doing? So it's fine. If you don't want to hurt their feelings by having to worry about you kind of joining a sect or something, then come this side. If you want to participate. If you don't want to participate, it's okay, then you have a break until 3 o'clock. But then please be a bit silent out there. Or is it closed? The windows are closed. But it's okay. Just relax until 3 o'clock. It's fine. I don't want to force anybody to come to the practice. But The practice, this one, you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for Punso. That's the only thing we can do, because otherwise, unless you're a therapist, and you can give him speech therapy and moving therapy and recognizing therapy, what else can you do for him? So we don't have to feel so hopeless and so helpless. Again, if it really works, I don't know. But I know that not doing anything, that doesn't help. And it's good for us. Those people who are still doing it almost every day, it's like they say, I miss it. Now we're doing it once a week. So we're doing it every Wednesday on Zoom, and while I'm here during the events also. Okay? So if you want to come at 1:30, the text will be on the screen. We'll do it together. If you just want to see what it is, come. Try not to get negative about it. Well, this is stupid, childish, naive. Yes, maybe, but it's not harmful. What does it harm to sit together and do prayers? What does it harm? If you're very religious and you think, God will not be happy, then don't come. Of course not. Yeah, respect your own tradition that you would think it would hurt, then don't come. So, okay, clear? Yeah. And enjoy lunch.
But once on 2:15 we have to wait here.
Huh?
2 o'clock and 15.
No, 1:30.
1:30.
After.
Oh, I see. Yeah, before the practice of the, right after the practice for Punsok, we meet here again. Okay. So I think it's on the schedule, and then Nitzan might read the poem.
Yeah, but then we have a little break after the medicine Buddha from 1:15 to 2:45.
Yeah.
And then we...
So how long is the talk you have to give?
About half an hour.
Really? For that long?
medicine Buddha זה מ-1:30 עד 2:15. 2:15 עד 2:45 פלוס מינוס הפסקה. ואחרי זה הוא
אני צריכה חצי שעה.
כן.
לא, צריך חצי שעה לשיחת סיפור.
שיחלט. לא, כי בסקייג'ול...
לפני התרגול האחרון.
Yeah, so there will be at least a break of 15 minutes, okay? So, and maybe Irit can shorten it a bit. Yeah. Isn't it?
So we can do it at 2:15 now.
Just if people want to share something, I know.
Yeah, no, sharing in one day we don't need. We don't need to do this sharing.
Ask them to share.
You can do it now, lunch break. You can share. You can talk, we're not in silence, okay? So whatever you want to share, you share. Be it spiritual, worldly, whatever.
This is the first time we meet here.
Sorry?
No, just because we...
2:15. 2:15, but then so before the sadhana they can have a bit of a break. Okay? Okay. Again, it's either 1:30 if you want to come to the Medicine Buddha practice recitation of Heart Sutra, which creates very strong imprints for understanding emptiness. Even then it takes a long time, so you can only win if you come, by the way. Yeah, so what can I say? And then if you're not coming, come here at 2:15. And then we'll see how we proceed. Okay? Okay. Enjoy your lunch. It's your duty to enjoy your lunch because so many beings, people work to bring food so that you have food on your plate. If you don't enjoy it, it's like, you prepare something for somebody, a present or food or whatever, and they just, So please enjoy. And thank Mother Earth for still feeding us at the moment. Who knows for how long. So for the moment she still does.